Okay. I've got it recording, Dr. Lamb. Dr.
Okay.
Lamb, you've got everything. Okay, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I've got this
Okay.
summary that we've done. Hey, Matt, hope you're
How you
doing
doing,
well.
sir? Same old, another day, another day.
I know what you mean. All right. So I'm having you a new DRF built. It looks different now than it did back when you were in. But let's look quickly now. All right, so here's where we are. You submitted 3 that were evaluated back in 14 and 15.
Mm-hmm.
You have 2 here that were called back. Now, the word came back to me that there was work that hadn't been graded. That's incorrect, Matt. All work was graded that was acceptable at the time. And I did the audit myself and put comments in. So if you will look where it says call back right underneath, I'll tell you exactly what needs to be done to fix it.
Okay.
You have a process journal there. So I have taken so we'll just do a quick look. No submission here. Both of these were callbacks. Again, I have notes how to fix them. No submissions here. 2 callbacks here. Now, my suspicion is when you see these little symbols right here,
Yes,
you
sir.
probably have this work in comments. It never made it to the evaluation page, though, as you can see.
Okay,
You put something in for comments, it shows a symbol, but see, there's nothing I can do with that.
okay, so for these, are these one you're saying that I have submitted, but I just submitted?
No, let's back up. You have not submitted them.
Okay.
Let's be clear. There's nothing in this portfolio that's been submitted that's not been graded or sent back.
Okay.
Never was. These may have been put in comments in your task stream account. They may have been put in comments.
But that would not even be valid anymore, those comments way back then. So
we don't do that. So I'm having a new one built now.
Right.
We may be able, if you don't have these, we may be able to get you into this old DRF to dig them back out.
Okay.
They
Now,
may be in comments, they may not be. Sometimes
as far as
those up, it gives me that symbol.
You can't.
what I'm looking at, and that's, so if it just says comments, I'm not worried about losing the documents because I went through it earlier today. As far as work that I have,
Good.
and the only thing that I don't think I have written to some degree and have the work done for, and I know the names have changed a little bit, and I'm just trying to make sure I get them straight, is the AppTel, the Artifact 2.
Yeah. None of the names have changed. They're all the same.
Okay.
You know, the only thing we call them tasks instead of components now.
Okay.
But that's all the same. And
now,
so there's nothing in here for the AppTel. That's correct.
Right.
Now,
so when I look through it, and I know it's probably, and you're familiar with the old style, but looking through my work, and like for component 1, I have A, B, C, and D. For number 3, I have A, B, C, D, E. For number 4,
but you haven't submitted them.
Okay. So
you're going to have to. What I want you to do you still have access to this DRF fall of 14?
Say it one more time, sir.
Do you still have access to this task stream DRF that says fall 14?
Can I log into it? I don't see it in my DRF.
Can you log in?
I haven't tried in a long time, but I got both computers going here. Let me try.
I had this one reactivated.
It's not. It's teststream.com. I probably would have to find my logins at the house.
All right. So I'm having you a new one built tomorrow,
Okay.
and we'll get you the information. So what I want you to do, this document that I have here, so
Yes,
these
sir.
are the things that there's no submission for evaluation.
Okay.
I did the audit myself. Then, things that were submitted but have to be revised. I have the notes that I wrote at the time on all of these. So what you should do is focus on writing the entire thing in one with all the components in it. We now submit them as a whole group. We don't do comments and we don't do partials. You submit the whole thing at the end. And so you've got these individual components here, but unless they've been updated, they won't pass. And that's what I'm telling you. Just like app cell component D, you don't have a process journal, that won't pass. App cell component E, you got to have at least one activity where a paid staff member delivers instruction to students. And you have to summarize your action plan in the graphic organizer. So these are things that are missing from the stuff that you sent in for evaluation.
Okay. Now, even in my next question is, I know from your end looking at it, it looks like I got a lot to do.
Yeah, it does.
And from here, my question is, before I start submitting the task stream, what I have, can I send it to one of you guys and have you look it over?
No, that's what we're talking about. You're not going to submit anything to task stream. You're going to put them all together.
And I don't want you to, you're not going to send anything to task stream until I tell you it's time to go to task stream.
Okay.
Because when it goes there, it needs to be.
I'm having a new DRF built.
Yeah.
Right.
It'll be available tomorrow. In the new style, you don't submit anything until Dr. Stedman tells you to.
Okay.
And then there's no comments, there's no parts. Either the whole thing passes or it fails.
All right, I like that.
Dr. Lamb, will he have access to my internship shell?
Yeah, he does.
Okay. And that's where you will submit work.
See, I'm not sure Matt's in Blackboard.
Yeah. But what we're going to do is right now, until he gets it fixed, if whatever you've got, you need to email it to me, everything that you can possibly find. I need to see everything that you've got, so I can figure out if I can tell you where to put. Now, Dr. Lamb has done an excellent job mapping this thing out for you. You are blessed to have that document. And it is a lot, and it looks like a lot, but I think once you get in there, and if you'll start at the very top and work your way down, I think you're going to find it. He's done you a favor by doing what he did.
I appreciate that.
I mean, all you have to do is go find those things. I did not comment on your writing or your grammar. I don't care about any of that stuff, but you got to have the stuff.
Right. Yes, sir.
If it says you got to have an action plan, you got to have an action plan in the graphic organizer. If it says process journal, you have to have it.
I've got it. I mean, that's what I'm looking at it right here.
So I have given you a list of everything that you're missing. Again, you won't see anything in there about crossing the T or dotting an I, or I don't like your narrative or third person passive. It's just stuff you're missing that we have to have or it won't grade.
And you need to find it first, get it in there, and then once we get it in there, then if it's something that needs to be fixed as far as what he was talking about, then that's when I tell you, Matt, before we submit this, you got to go back and fix that. We just need to find it first.
All right, and Dr. Stedman, I'll have that to you, if not this evening, because I'm supposed to be doing an estimate. I'll have it to you tomorrow. And again, look, I have information on. The only thing I really don't have anything on is the old AppTel. I mean, besides that, from mine, I just went through and reviewed.
I'm going to help you with that in just a minute.
I mean, I should have something at least. What I'm saying is something you can look at and tell me you're way off, you're on the right track, or it's got to be redone.
All right, Matt, you're under my courses. Dr. Stedman's clinical shell is going to pop up. and there's a place to put them in there. Don't be confused. Task is the same thing as component. Now, what I'm going to do, let me go back to my email.
And this is all through Blackboard, correct?
Yeah, he's got a shell in Blackboard.
Yeah.
You can communicate with him through email or through Blackboard.
But right now, I would prefer you sending it to me through email at this point. It's going to be easier for me to look at it and to take care of it right now through an email.
Let's work on email right now, and then we'll move to Blackboard if we have to. We don't have to go to Blackboard.
We may not have to. Let's not. At this point, let's just talk about email at this point.
Yeah, let's just talk about email. And don't worry about the DRF. And also, let me see if I can find.
And I know when you're looking for something, another question I have, just when you're getting your end straight, obviously, and I do appreciate, and I've always said to everyone I've talked to regarding what Dr. Lamb, you've always been awesome with helping me. I know you gave me 2 options for completion.
Yep.
I've learned in life that you guys know what you're doing and I don't. It's, I know when to ask questions and I know when to shut up and listen. Dr. Stedman, if I get you this stuff by tomorrow, everything I have, I want that decision to be based on what you tell me. I mean, if you can have time to look it over and you guys know what you're doing and you have obviously experience, if you say, hey, I think you can get this done by, the spring semester, I'm going with that. If you tell me a lot of the stuff is going to work, you got a lot cut out to do, I'm going to listen to you if you say summer. But I would like to make that decision based off of what you see of what I have.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to do.
And you're looking at it the right way. I hope that you can get it all done and you're successful by the end of the spring semester. But if for some reason it's not, you've got the option of finishing it up in the summer. So, I want you to be realistic with it and say, hey, I'm at a place now. I know I can get this done. I'd like to get it done now, but if it takes me through the summer, then I'm going to space it out so I can make sure that I'm not entering the fall with another problem. I'm through with it.
Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if you'll check your email, gentlemen, both of you, you will see my old copy of notes that tells you, Matt, exactly what you need to do. Mm-hmm. There's the graphic organizer that's missing.
I've got all that stuff still, Dr. Lamb.
Yep.
I've got my own notebook.
Here's what you're missing from E right here. Mm-hmm. All right. And it says right here, you'll keep a process journal. See, and there's no journal. It says here, you'll have a graphic organizer. There's no graphic organizer. And then here's how to write your app tail right here. Again, go back and follow the directions according to what the color coding is. You do what's in yellow. And then the other ones that were sent back, it's all right here. I'm not telling you you can't finish quickly. I'm not telling you that you can finish quickly. That's up to you. But we need to understand the depth of what you lack. Okay. Now, if a lot of those things that are missing from evaluation, if you have those and they just never made it to the evaluation column, they stayed in comments, that'll be a big help.
Yes, sir. And I know you're looking at this screen. I mean, even when you're saying graphic organizer and AppTel, again, from my end, and that's all component 1, the old artifact 1.
Yeah, those 2 were missing. Those were missing from AppCell D and AppCell E. The process journal was missing here. Yeah, the graphic organizer was missing here.
I mean, that stuff I have done. I mean,
Yep. And so if you've got those, you're good to go. And then you put them all together, but you send that stuff to him now.
And Matt, this is
AppTel because there's nothing in here.
And Matt, this is what I want you to do. When you send me something, then when you send it, I want you to go ahead and identify it. Just say, Dr. Stedman, I want you to look at what I'm sending now for, and you identify the component that I'm supposed to be matching it up with.
I can show you. I don't know how to switch the screens, and I can show you on this, but everything is like I have a cover sheet that says Artifact 1, positive impact on student learning and development, component E action plan. So everything like has a cover sheet identifying.
Okay. Well, if I need more, I'll ask you. Now,
But
if Dr. Lamb has got a callback on it, you need to make sure that you click on that history and you do everything that he's told you to do.
I put it all on. Thank you, Dr. Stebbins. I have put it all on this paper.
Okay,
Every
you
callback,
transferred it. Okay, got it. Okay.
Every callback is right here. What you got to do to fix it.
Well, he really has done you a big favor.
I've done every callback, and I wrote the callbacks originally when the grader said, "I can't grade Matt's work. There's too much missing." I did the notes at that point.
Okay.
And so here they are. And so right here, so right down the line, let's go back to your DRF again. So the stuff that's missing here, I have it for you. Process journal, graphic organizer. Now, I don't have any notes on the AppTel because, as you can see, there's nothing in here, and I've told you that on this sheet as well. Here's the stuff that's missing. There's nothing. AppTel components A through E and the final. I can't help you with that because there's nothing there. All right, now, when we get to the skip, A and B were sent back. Let's look and see why they were sent back. All right, skip A, good start. You should have more than one short-term goal, and you don't have any long-term goal. So you got to have more than one short-term. You got to have at least one long-term. They just weren't there.
And you've given good examples of things that it's at your fingertips.
Yep, right there. Maybe social media, web pages. Long-term goals are not an extension. There are things like Family EOG night, Family EOC night. I've given you examples of what you're missing. Again.
And that document, has that been emailed to me yet, Dr. Ray?
Yep.
I got notes.
I'll send this one again right now. All right. And so it tells you everything that was sent back, why it was sent back, what is missing. Okay. Nothing was sent back because, I don't like your prose or your narrative. Everything that was sent back was because it was missing something. All the stuff was there. I graded it and passed it on. Now, look at the screen. You'll see skip component C, D, and E. You'll notice there's a funny little thing here. That means that it's in comments more than likely, but it never made it over here for evaluation. So I have not given you comments on that because it's not in here to look at. So if you've got skipped C, D, and E, you're ahead of the game. Same way with OMA. It never made it in here.
And it appears, Dr. Lamb, that he's got a lot of stuff that we just haven't seen.
It was never submitted for evaluation. That's what I'm saying.
I think what I did was dumb. I submitted it. I just submitted it the wrong way. I put it for comments, not evaluation.
Yeah, you got to put it in for evaluation.
Okay.
It won't come to us in comments.
Okay.
And so it went to your instructor in comments.
Dr. Lamb, can you go back to
the
task stream again? Can you go back?
I will. Just 1 second. Let me get this done.
Okay.
Let me send this while I'm thinking.
Okay. While you're doing that, Matt. Now you told me that you've got proof of your clinical hours where you did your internship, right?
Yes, sir. I'll share. It's on a Google Doc. I just got to line it up with the new standards.
Okay, well, you send that to me and let me look at it, and you may be clear on that. So I just need to see it.
Okay. Yes, sir.
And make sure that it's all signed off by your site administrator, and they're clear with that. Okay.
So here's your audit. I just sent it again.
All
right. So there it is. I'll go back to task stream now. All right.
Okay. Go to the very end of it, Dr. Lamb, all the way over past where we're in the dispositions now.
That's it. That is the end.
Are those in there, and somebody just needs to go in and evaluate them? Is that what that's saying?
Don't worry about them.
Okay, go on over then.
These are already done. The university dispositions are done. Okay, I'll take you 3 on the end. Don't worry about them.
Okay, so the only thing I need to get is his internship log.
You need his log. You and I can do these two, no problem.
Okay, so I'm not going to worry about any of that except for his internship log and the
That's right.
task that he's got to do. Okay.
That's
Gotcha.
right.
So Matt, the plan that we sent you, just we'll align it with we'll match it up with what a lot of that stuff will not apply.
Well, now here's my take. Here's my 2 cents worth.
Okay.
If you've got anything on the AppTel, you can finish this semester. If you don't, you won't. You can get all the rest of this stuff knocked out this semester fairly easy. But if you have to start from the very beginning on the AppTel, nope. If you don't have anything at all on it, it'll be a no. It'll be into the summer before you finish.
Okay. And I'd like to be told, all right, so that's the old Artifact 2, correct?
It's still
right.
2. That has not changed. It's still 2. AppTel. Applied and action plan for teacher learning. Teacher retirement and learning.
Do you think you've got stuff on that, Matt?
That I'm looking at, so that is...
Because that one takes a while.
It does.
I mean, it's...
With two... On my flash drive, it's saying that I have 2 A, B, and then my little note next to it is not complete, which means I never submitted it. On the cover sheet, it just said never submitted.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Stedman and I, it takes 8 weeks meeting with us at least once, most of the time twice a week. It takes 8 weeks full time to do an AppTel.
Okay.
Now, Matt, let me tell you what you might want to do.
I mean, full time.
You've got a lot of this to do right now. You can actually work on everything but the AppTel right now. And in about 3 weeks,
come online
on Tuesday nights, my 601 group, we will be starting with the AppTel now. And what we would do is I would just require you to do it the way that they do it versus this right here. And you could finish that up along with them this semester. I would let you join in that group and get the instructions online with us. And you if you would follow them, you would finish it up this semester.
But now the version that we're talking about doing now, the today version, if you come online, we can get you through it in 8 weeks.
Okay. Meaning if I take,
and I would just send you the new information and follow. I promise you that I would take that and go with it if I were in.
You might have some Thursdays as well.
Right.
Thursdays. It won't be a lot of Thursdays.
So is this a class or is this just a meeting?
Class.
No, this is a whole. You would be with my class. You would be getting instruction, so you would know what to do.
Okay. And this would be when again?
Tuesday nights at 7.
Tuesday nights at 7, but you've got a few weeks. I'm finishing up with the AppTel with them now, and it probably in about 4 weeks, right, Dr. Lamb?
3
about
weeks.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
3 weeks. We'll introduce.
That would mean that you could work on all this other stuff over the next 3 weeks and not even worry about the AppTel, and then focus on the AppTel when I start actually working with my students with that.
Okay, and would that get me finishing in the summer or the spring?
The spring. You could finish in the spring if you got it all done.
If you'll come online with us, but now it's.
I mean, if you guys are willing to let me do that's.
That's no problem. But now, the trick is you're going to have to pick up your feet and run in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. In 3.5 weeks, I'm gonna come online. I coach that group. There's a class of. We have a pod of 4 instructors, and I coach with them. So there's 5 of us that work with that group. And last night, I came on for the last half last night. I think y'all had 47 students online with you?
We did. I didn't know you were there though.
I'm always there.
Okay, I thought you had class yourself.
I did.
Okay. Well, you snuck in on us, didn't you?
I snuck in on you, and so
it was a good class.
It was a good class. Dr. Hamilton was holding fort when I got there, and then Dr. Shepard. So anyway, you got about 3.5 weeks if you can get these round up these spare ones, and then you can start the app sale with us. I'll be online. I'll lay it out. We have a template, just like the notes. We have a template for it that tells you exactly what to do. I'll send you that right now as well. We'll let you do the new one.
Okay.
That's why I'm having the new one built, the new DRF built. That way, the new one will go in it. It won't be a problem. And so we'll let you do the app tell with us. Now, we come online every Tuesday night. Dr. Stedman, Dr. Hamilton, Dr. Shepard, and Dr. Crawford come online every Tuesday night. Now, I come online on Thursday nights with them sometimes when we have Thursday night class, and I'm on sometimes on Tuesday night because I have a class as well that night. Okay. And so, but we will start in about 3 weeks. We'll start the app tell, and you can follow along with it. Let me while I'm thinking about it. Let me switch browsers.
And yeah, I will I'll send Dr. Stedman what I have already started, because I'm looking at some of it where I've set up meetings with PLCs for teacher empowerment and different leadership opportunities. I'll send you what I got started on it, and if you say scrap it, I'll scrap it.
I'm going to tell you, if you go back to the old one took a whole semester. The new one that we're doing now is streamlined. It only takes 8 weeks.
Oh, okay. So
if you go back,
question.
That's how I started this conversation. If you got nothing on the app tell, it's going to take you 2 semesters, unless you want to come online with us and do the new process, which is 8 versus 16 weeks.
Right. I think it's a no-brainer, Matt.
I'm not good at math, but I can figure that one out.
I would focus on
the old style. It takes 16 weeks, no matter what we can do. Right. Can't go any faster than that. But if you do the new style, you can do it in 8 weeks.
And probably the way we pace them, probably about 7 weeks. But you could finish it up.
Okay, excellent.
So what I've got here, we actually do you a template for it now. And so I'm sending it. Dr. Stedman has it. Let me send it, and then I'll open it. All right, so what we'll do is you'll see that it's been very streamlined now, so that it can be done in 7 or 8 weeks versus the old one, which took 15 or 16 weeks. So if you could knock out all our parts that you have, and then you could come in here and do this one, as you can see.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, yeah.
We got everything in red. We got examples for you, what you got to have.
That makes life a lot easier, yeah.
Yeah. It certainly does. We tell you exactly what you got to have. It's already formatted in APA. It's pretty easy. The only thing is, we're going to need to get you an example of how to write a competency. And so what I'm going to do right now, let me close myself out of that. When you get to task, when you get to task 4 of the app tell, we've cut one of the tasks off of it. It's just 4 tasks long. It's actually only 3 tasks long. The 4th task is writing your competencies. So the difference is between 5 tasks and 3. That's why we moved it from 16 weeks to 8. That's how we did it. So for the 4th task of the app tell now, you have to write competencies. And so what I'm going to send you is an example. I'm going to send you an app cell template. But the reason why you're going to look at it in the app cell task 5, it teaches you how to write competencies that you would again write again in app cell task 4 when we get there, so that you won't be confused. I am not going to give you the whole template. I'm just going to go to that template and copy and paste out of it what a written competency looks like. Let me see, app cell, final evidence template. Okay. So this is what they would look like. Here we go. This is how you write a competence.
And that's 21 competencies, and you
there's
just
21. Now, I don't have an example of all 21. I've got enough examples here that you ought to catch on. So this is how you write competencies.
All right.
And I'll get that out of the way, and that out of the way, and that out of the way, and I'll do this. Did it copy? There it goes. All right, so this is how to write a competency in AppTel Task 4. So when you get there, so there's only actually 3 tasks in the AppTel now where you have to go out and do stuff, rather than the old 5. So when people say, how did we go from 16 to 8? Well, it's real simple. We have fewer tasks for you to do. All right, so there it is. So that's how you're going to write 4. You've only got to do 1, 2, and 3. Start in 3.5 weeks. You get the rest of this stuff knocked out with Dr. Stedman via email till then. And it's completely doable. But now we want you there every Tuesday night.
Yes, sir.
Until we tell you that you don't have to come.
All right, I can do that.
man,
Because what they're doing is they're not only covering the task of that AppTel, they're telling you how to do this other stuff in a way that you can get it done quickly. They'll do little mini lessons. It's like Dale's Notes, but live.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is.
Dale's Notes got me through most of it the first time.
So now the way we teach is Dale's Notes live.
Okay.
They come online every week for an hour. We do the template still, but instead of doing written notes, we do live notes and we video them. More students like the video version of the notes. And so they'll come on and do a mini lesson on gap analysis or PLC, whatever is relevant to that evidence artifact. They'll come on and do mini lessons with you for an hour. They'll cover it and do mini lessons. And so it's basically a live version of Dale's Notes.
Excellent.
And guess what? Students love it.
Right. Oh, yeah, I bet.
It's, it works out really well. We've just taken the extension of, here's notes how to do this, instead of doing them in the written form, because a lot of people, they don't learn by just reading them. So we now do them in a virtual setting where we do them live. Students can ask questions. It goes so much faster, Matt, than when you
it sounds good. I'm looking forward to it. It sounds like
it
definitely
goes so much faster.
well,
Students learn the same amount in half the time because they don't sit and scratch their head or some other part of their body all the time. They can move on. But now we come online every week, twice a week, when we get intense, when we need to cover extra stuff. Now, we limit it to 1 hour. We won't keep you more than an hour ever. But we may ask you to come on a second time during the week.
Right.
We'd rather do that than try to do 2 hours at once. That's not.
Yeah. No, I agree. No, it sounds great.
Yeah, it works out real well. Well, our 30 minutes is up.
yeah,
Yes,
we've got another person. Dr. Lamb, I'm going to need you to go ahead and check in so I can record this video. So if you would go ahead, and we're going to go out, and then if you'll go ahead, and I'll join you on the other computer in a minute. Matt, we'll be in touch.
Yeah, gentlemen, I appreciate your time.
Okay, thanks. Okay.
Thank you.